Most people fail at protecting their peace because they care too much about things that don't matter. If you want to stay calm in chaos, here's how Ayanokoji would do it. Chapter 1. What indifference really means. Indifference doesn't mean you don't care about anything. It means you choose what deserves your care. Most people spread their energy too thin. They react to gossip. They argue over nonsense. They stress about what others think. Indifference is filtering out the noise. It's mental discipline. It's deciding where your emotions go. When you master indifference, you don't waste energy on distractions. You don't get pulled into pointless fights. You don't beg for approval. Indifference keeps you in control. It's the opposite of weakness. It's strength. People think showing emotion is always power, but misused emotion is self-destruction. The person who controls their reactions always wins. Indifference is the shield that protects you. Without it, you're constantly exposed. You need it to survive in today's world. Everything is designed to pull your attention. Social media, gossip, news cycles. If you don't master indifference, you'll drown in noise. When you stay indifferent, you rise above it. Your mind becomes lighter. Your peace becomes untouchable. That's the true meaning of indifference. Chapter 2. Why caring too much weakens you. Every time you react, you give away power. Every time you overthink, you drain yourself. Caring too much about others' opinions weakens you. You end up living for their approval. That means your happiness depends on them. That's slavery in disguise. If someone insults you and you react, they win. If someone ignores you and it bothers you, they win. Your emotions become a tool they can use. Indifference removes that tool. When you stop caring about nonsense, they can't control you. Think about arguments online. They waste hours fighting strangers. For what? To prove something to people they'll never meet. That's weakness. Caring too much keeps you stuck. It steals your energy from goals that matter. It distracts you from growth. And worst of all, it makes you predictable. Predictability is easy to exploit. Indifference creates unpredictability. No one knows how to shake you. That's real power, and it's rare. Most people don't have it, but you can build it. Chapter 3. Detaching from outcomes. The root of stress is attachment. You get attached to results. You obsess over winning every time. You fear losing because your identity depends on it. But when you detach from outcomes, you stay calm. You still put in effort. You still fight hard. But you're not destroyed if things don't go your way. Detachment keeps your emotions stable. It prevents desperation. And desperation is weakness. When you're desperate, you make mistakes. You chase validation. You beg for attention. You try too hard to prove yourself. People sense it, and they exploit it. When you detach, you become harder to read, harder to manipulate. It doesn't mean you stop caring about goals. It means you stop clinging to them. You focus on the process. You focus on your control. The outcome becomes secondary, and paradoxically, that's when you succeed more. Because you're calm, because you're focused, because you're free. Chapter 4. Silence as a weapon. Indifference and silence go hand in hand. When you don't react, silence becomes your weapon. Most people are addicted to reacting. They always need to respond. They always need the last word. That makes them predictable. But silence breaks patterns. When someone insults you and you stay quiet, they lose power. When someone pressures you and you don't flinch, they panic. Silence shows control. It creates uncertainty in others. They start wondering what you're thinking. They start questioning themselves. That's leverage. Words often give away too much. Silence protects your position. It hides your strategy. It forces people to reveal themselves first. That's how Ayanokoji operates. He speaks less. He listens more. He observes in silence. And when he finally acts, it's decisive. Indifference turns silence into power, and silence protects your peace. Because you don't waste energy on noise. Chapter 5. Observing without absorbing. Indifference doesn't mean you ignore everything. It means you observe without absorbing. You see everything, but you don't take it personally. You hear criticism, but you don't internalize it. You watch chaos, but you don't let it infect your mind. Observation sharpens your awareness. Absorption drains your energy. Most people confuse the two. They absorb other people's moods. They absorb negativity. They absorb problems that aren't theirs. That's why they feel heavy all the time. You need to cut that. You need to separate what's yours and what isn't. You're not responsible for every problem. You're not responsible for every opinion. Indifference helps you draw that line. You notice, but you don't take ownership. You listen, but you don't let it stick. You filter what enters your mind. That's how you stay sharp. That's how you stay at peace. You stay aware but unaffected. That's power. Chapter 6. Emotional detachment and conflict. Conflict is where indifference shines most. Most people lose their cool when challenged. They shout, argue, or try to prove themselves. That gives away power. If you want control, stay emotionally detached. When someone insults you, don't react. When someone challenges you, don't flinch. Keep your face neutral. Keep your voice calm. That destroys their leverage, because conflict feeds on reaction. When you deny reaction, you deny fuel. This is how you win without fighting. The other person burns out first. They show weakness first, and you stay unshaken. That's how Ayanokoji wins battles, not by brute force, but by removing emotions from the game. That's indifference in action, and it protects your peace every time. Chapter 7. Mastering the power of delay. Indifference gives you the power to delay. You don't react instantly. You don't rush into decisions. You take your time. That alone gives you leverage, because most people are impulsive. They react without thinking. They make choices out of fear or anger, and they regret it later. When you delay, you buy space. Space to think, space to analyze, space to respond with precision. Even in conversations, delay is power. A pause before you speak creates weight. It makes people lean in. It makes them uncertain. Delays show you're not pressured. You move at your own pace. That pace protects your peace, and it ensures you're always one step ahead. Chapter 8. The confidence behind indifference. True indifference comes from confidence. When you're secure in yourself, you don't need approval. You don't need validation. You don't need to prove your worth every second. That's what creates indifference. Weakness comes from insecurity. Insecurity makes you crave recognition. It makes you defend yourself at every insult. It makes you explain yourself endlessly. That's exhausting. Confidence is quiet. It doesn't need to show off. It doesn't need to react. Indifference is proof of confidence, because only someone strong enough can walk away. Only someone strong enough can stay silent. Only someone strong enough cannot care. That's the hidden strength people notice. They respect it, they fear it, and they don't underestimate it. Chapter 9. Indifference in daily life. Indifference isn't just for big conflicts. It's for everyday peace. When someone cuts you off in traffic, you stay calm. When someone ignores your message, you don't chase. When you see negativity online, you don't engage. That's indifference in practice. It keeps your mind light. It saves energy for what matters. You don't waste time on petty battles. You don't get stuck in emotional spirals. You train yourself to filter constantly. That's how you keep your peace intact. It's not about ignoring life. It's about prioritizing what deserves energy. That's what separates the strong from the weak. The weak react to everything. The strong react to nothing unnecessary. And in today's world, that's rare, which makes it powerful. Chapter 10. Becoming untouchable. When you master indifference, you become untouchable. No one can bait you. No one can manipulate you. No one can drag you into pointless wars. That's ultimate freedom. Because most people are slaves to their emotions, but not you. You stay calm. You stay sharp. You stay unshaken. People can talk, but it won't move you. People can attack, but it won't break you. You're in control of yourself. That's what makes you dangerous. That's what makes you unshakable. Indifference protects your peace, and it turns you into someone people can't handle. That's the power you need in 2025. Final thoughts. Indifference is not coldness, it's control. It's deciding where your energy goes. It's filtering out what doesn't matter. It's protecting your peace in a noisy world. And once you master it, you win more by doing less. So stop reacting, stop chasing approval, start filtering, start controlling. That's how you build indifference, and that's how you protect your peace. Be elite, stay elite.